Hello, Internet. This is Herber Jimenez, your Sacramento realtor. I wanted to create this video because I've been asked this question a lot. What do I need to buy a home? And I have seen so many um, myths, so many information that is not correct. And I just wanted to clarify a little bit and let you know what actually do you need to buy a home. What are the steps that you can take to buy a home, which are quite simple. It's only 5 steps. And the beauty about this is that you can do this no matter where you are in your home buying journey. You can be ready to buy a home or you just start to think about it. It really doesn't matter. You follow these 5 steps and then I guarantee you that you will get your home, which is basically what I did. So step number one will be to figure out your budget, right? So you need to figure out how much you want to pay for your mortgage. There's a lot of ways that you can do that. There's calculators on the internet where you can also use, but I like to take a little more of a simple approach. And it would be really easy. If you're renting right now, how much do you pay for rent? Are you comfortable paying the amount that you pay for rent? You believe that you're paying too much and you want to pay a little bit less, or maybe you can afford more and you're comfortable affording paying more. So that would be a really good way to figure out what you want to pay for your mortgage, how much you can afford, how much you think you can afford. Which brings me to step number two, right? After you figure out your budget, that was step number one. Then step number two will be actually talking with a professional, which it will be a lender. Talking to a lender is very important. I cannot emphasize this and more. It's very important to talk with a lender in the early stages of buying a home. You don't go look for a home and then you want to talk to a lender, because there can be complications. There's always things that the lender can take a look into your credit and can let you know what you can do to make your credit a little bit better. If it needs to be fixed, it will tell you exactly the steps that you need to follow, which is exactly what I did. When I first talked to the lender, I wasn't qualified. The lender told me exactly what the steps that I got to follow, and then 11 months later, I was able to buy my home because I followed the steps that the lender told me to follow. So step number two, talk to a lender, talk to a local lender, get pre-approval. They will answer all the financial questions that you need. You can talk about how much money you need to put down, what are closing costs, all that. The lender will explain to you. Step number three would be look for an agent. I know that right nowadays it's really easy just to go online, go to Zillow, go to realtor.com, start pressing buttons, and then you start booking showings. And the problem is that now you're talking with 5-10 agents that they're all sending you emails and calling and texting you, and it can easily become a nightmare. So step number three is find a realtor, find a local agent, go to Google, you do your research, you can interview a lot of agents, and at the end, just stay with the one that makes you feel more comfortable, the one that has the better tools for you. Just stay with that person. If you want to go online, you find a house that you like, send it the address. If you want to look, if you want to go to open houses in the weekends, just let them know, hey, I'm going to this open house. I like this home. Anything I need to know, these are my questions. The realtor will also send you listings. It will send you houses. It will help you find the home that you like, and also will help you, protect you whenever it's time to go to step number 4, right? And step number 4 would be, looking for the home and making an offer, right? And this is the most exciting part of buying a home, is looking for the home that you want. You go and explore a lot of homes. You go and to open houses. You go to private showings, and you get to, see different houses. Because believe me, whatever you think that you want is not what you're going to get at the end. And this is not in a bad way. You just discover things that you thought that you might like, but at the end, you didn't like it once you see it in a house, or you discover that maybe, that island in the kitchen that you want is something that you might not like at the end, or maybe you do, and you were not thinking about it. Maybe you didn't want to have a big backyard, but then when you saw your kids running and how happy they were playing, now you want a backyard, a big backyard. So that is the fun part, and then whenever you find a home that you like, whenever your heart is telling you this is the home, then just make an offer. Don't be afraid of making an offer, which brings me to step number 5. Get the deal closed, right? So once you find a home and you make an offer, do not be afraid of making an offer. There's a lot of contingency. When you're working with a good realtor, they're gonna make sure that they protect you in the contract. They're gonna make sure that if something goes wrong, let's say, for example, the inspection, something is bad about the inspection, you find out that the house needs a new roof, don't worry about it. If the seller doesn't want to cooperate, you can just get out that deal or get your money back. If you find out that the house is not worth what you thought it was, or maybe you're a few days into the contract and then you happen to find another home that you like even more, there's always going to be contingency in place so that you can get out of the contract if you need to. So don't be afraid of putting an offer. Doesn't mean that you have to finish the contract. So don't be afraid of putting an offer. And then when you are in the escrow process, which escrow process just means whenever you are actually already in contract, just make sure that follow all the deadlines. You're gonna have a lot of deadlines. You're gonna have a lot of signing to do. If your real estate agent is just sending you papers, just make sure that you talk to them and to make sure that say, hey, I want to know what I'm signing for. Can you explain this to me? And then they will. They should do that right off the bat, but if they don't, just make sure you talk to them and let them, hey, I want to make sure you explain to me what I'm signing. But you're gonna have a lot of signing to do. You're gonna have a lot of deadlines. Just make sure that you follow and let the agent worry about everything else. Just make sure that, if they tell you, hey, I need you to send the deposit and you have 3 days to do it, just make sure that you follow. Don't leave anything to the end. As soon as you can do it, just do it and you should be fine. And then, the last day, the closing days, then you're gonna get your keys, and then congratulations, you're gonna be a homeowner now. You're gonna own a home. And I'm not gonna even get started on the benefits of buying a home, renting versus buying a home. I make another video explaining all that, but it just is not just about owning a home. It opens the door to so many opportunities and so many other things that you didn't even know that you have access to when you own a home, right? But again, like I said, this is just 5 simple steps. I simplify it a lot, but basically just follow the steps. You are going to own a home. You're going to be a homeowner. And like I said, when I first started this from zero, it took me 11 months to do it, which 11 months sounds, it's a year, but I started from zero and it only took me a year to buy a home. So it's never too late to start. I strongly suggest you, like I said, go through the 5 steps. Number 1, find your budget. Number 2, get a lender. Number 3, find a real estate agent. Number 4, look for the house and have fun doing it. And number 5, just, get that closing and then get your keys and congratulations. Well, anyways, this is all. I try to make this simple, just me talking to the camera, just me answering your questions. But if you have any other questions or any other topics or any other ideas for videos in the future, just comment down below. Like and subscribe, please. It really helps me. It really helps the channel. And like I said, any comments that you have, please feel free to put it down below, or just look for my email down below, my phone number. Feel free to reach out, and I am happy to answer any other questions. But all right. This is Herber Jimenez, your Sacramento realtor. Have a lovely day.